Hello, knife enthusiasts. I wanted to do another knife for you today, and this is none other than my most used fixed blade of last year. Easily, actually. Very, very, very fine blade indeed. So, in my opinion, a masterpiece of design, to be honest. So, it's a kind of a fishing knife, for sure. It's my favorite fishing knife, like a general fishing knife. I have fillet knives that are more thin and flexible that I will use in other situations, but this, as a general fishing knife, this is by far the best that I have ever had in my life, and I'm fished more than 30 years easily, and quite a lot actually. So fantastic blade. In CPM 154 steel, which is fantastic steel. Keeps the edge quite long, really long actually, and it's not too pain in the ass to sharpen it. So not in the category of like CPM 3V or something like that. Yeah, fantastic, like a shallow convex edge. The blade, the upswept, really nice. The upswept. So if it's kind of it's in line with this point. So if you put it on the table, the tip is lined with here, so it has a very nice control. Yeah, it's just a knife that I just gravitate towards this knife very often. So like I said, I use it in kitchen. My wife uses it in kitchen because she knows that this also is always sharp almost. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pinpoint actually why this. The fit and finish is wonderful, so you don't feel anything here. So really nice, the fit and finish. The Coke bottle form works fine here because it just gives like some substance in the palm, but this pinch grip is lovely. So there's a swell here, and you get really nice pinch here. And if you want to place a thumb, it stays here on top. So it's really hard to say why I love. Well, it's not hard. It's lovely design, of course, but there's many other knives. But I just love this one. I just take it always with me if I have a chance. And it's even a knife that I could even buy another one, just with another handles, and in case I would lose this one. So I'm just so in love with this blade. And just going to peel here apple. Let's see, here, check if it shows. Yeah. Yeah, it's even, I was just thinking today, like what makes knife outdoor knife even. So because somebody would easily say that, okay, this is a kitchen knife. It looks kind of a bit like a kitchen knife. Sure, why not? But it's not a kitchen knife. It's a kind of bird and trout knife. So it is an outdoor knife, and I consider outdoor knives in general. I consider them to be multi-purpose knives always. So if you take puukko or general outdoor knives outside, it has to do various tasks. So if I'm in kitchen, I can use cleaver, I can use fillet, I can use paring knife. I have all sorts of knife with different lengths. But if I go outdoors, the knife has to do some like multitask a bit. So it's interesting. It's even interesting topic in my opinion. Like what makes an outdoor knives, and what are the qualities of it, and because I do feel that outdoor knives, they have their shining points somewhere. So in their tasks, so to speak. So if the knife is really capable of batoning, maybe it has a Scandi, maybe it's kind of thick blade, etc., kind of long, but then it will lose some sliciness, of course. So it's always kind of like where the knife leans. So what are those qualities of knife that it shines, and always kind of a matter of balance and compromise even. So some knives are really like the heavily lean on something, but they still are outdoor knives, and this is in that category, this knife. So this really shines on slicing, of course. It's a wonderful food prep knife. Yeah, so it leans on, of course, on that, but at the same time, this actually, it isn't too thin, so it can serve as a backup knife. So it's like 2.5 millimeters the thickness, so there's a bit of a flex, but not too much. So I've done feathers also with this one. Doesn't look like a good one on that, but it actually can do the work because of the like a shallow convex. You can get really fine feathers with this even. Although I would never baton with this or anything like that. But so as a backup knife, it can do those things also, maybe. At least feathers. And yeah, it's a bird and trout knife. It's an outdoor knife. Really nice. And there's just, I don't know, some knives. I noticed that sometimes some knives that they just have some qualities that are kind of I don't even know why I take them with me. So maybe there's another knife that shines better or could be on paper, would have better materials, and maybe could even perform in some tasks better. But then it's just sometimes a matter of the whole balance, the kind of the whole of the knife just has some qualities that you want to take. So maybe it's the handle, maybe it's this has a nice balance, by the way, here, and it's like a light saber. It's just a fantastic blade to use. And with this fine tip, you can do also really fine cutting if you want. So really nice. The sheath is also good. So this review is nothing but praising of the knife. The point why this is so good, in my opinion, is that if you want to have a fishing knife, it has to be, for me, I want to take it I want to reach it easily and I want to put it back easily. So this does the job. So it's just very simple, very elegant, in my opinion. And it uses the Coke bottle form, which is here quite pronounced, which I find really good design actually, because you feel here there's enough substance, but then this grip here gives you really nice control, and it uses this swell, and then it kind of locks here. So if you look closely, there's a place for that swell. So this design is really great because it just don't fall. It won't fall. I can do really hard maybe, but maybe there's some movement, but at the end it's really secure there. Yeah, so what else to say about this? Maybe I said all. yeah, the fit and finish, great. Like a green, forest green, liners, black micarta. Yeah, I'm happy when I use this knife. I'm happy when it's on my hip. This one. So yeah, there you have it. Mini Kalahari Sportsman, fantastic blade. Oh yeah, I should actually mention still. I'm just kind of rambling here, but maybe somebody would think, okay, why are you showing this kind of fishing knife? It's so expensive. It's elitistic, this kind of knife. And this is then another question that's quite interesting, because I have Mora knives. I've used Mora all my life, martinis, kind of budget knives, etc. And I love those. I love those. So I don't. It's in my opinion, knives are always, for me, they're always tools, but they do have. They're kind of precious also to me. So it's just because I've used so long knives, so long time knives. So it's just I want to have a nice one if I'm out in the forest. So it's just it's even so. I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of taste. So you could put the same money for another thing. I understand it completely. So it's kind of a crazy to buy expensive knives, of course, because you can just do well with much cheaper knives, of course. But it's just a matter of choice. Maybe I choose to buy. I don't buy. Not all my knives are expensive, of course not. So, but for example, I love this knife, this Bark River. So I could even pay. I could buy another one of these because it makes me happy to use it, and I haven't missed the money that I put on this knife, to be honest. And yeah, so it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of also, I guess, like craftsmanship, of course. So I know Bark River, they're not true custom made, like a semi custom made, I don't know, but they're custom made knives that are 500 and 600, and if somebody wants to buy, just go ahead. And yeah, it's just a matter of choice. And I do like the concept of what is the good, like a how do you say, price quality ratio. That's really interesting topic in and of itself. So there's many knife makers that are making fantastic blades at the moment. So and I have a shopping list of very interesting knives that are coming. So it's always interesting question with this. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Nice knife, and yeah, my favorite fishing knife. There you have it. Thanks for watching.